Welcome back to another mixing tutorial here. I'm your host, engineer, producer, musician, Andrew Rayburn here. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to check me out and subscribe on my page, Pristine Productions. And don't be afraid to take part in my subscribers mix and master contests, which when we hit 300 subscribers, we're going to be naming the first prize winner. Just send me your best mix song along with the vocals included. Your best mix song, and first prize winner is going to be getting a copy of Waves Complete, and second prize winner is going to be getting the MPC Akai. And let me see if I can bring up some picture real quick to show you that. Where it is, here it is. So just send your best mix song to my email, andrewmusic33@outlook.com. And when we hit 300 subscribers, we're going to be naming the first prize winner and second prize winner, which is going to be getting the Akai Complete Drum Kit, Contact Library, and Contact Player 6. Also, take part in my Producers Village live stream mix session tips and solutions. So you can join by sending your stems to, if you're a producer just starting out and you're struggling with certain little thing, maybe a bass or vocal, you can send me the stems and I could do a show on it and show you how we can fix that situation there. And so stay tuned, guys. So yeah, but we're going to be jumping into a requested tutorial, which is calling the master chain using the Waves plugs. And I want to shout out to all my subscribers and fans. So this is a dancehall song here, and I'm going to be showing you the chain on the master bus here. So let me play the track here.
Pull up outside. Pull up outside. Pull up in that BMW, just to pick up you. Baby, you bright up my world, girl. Me have to love you. Pull up in that BMW, just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again. Tell me I can love you to the end. Take time, wine for me, girl.
So that's from the artist Gyro. These stems were sent to me to mix and master. So let me get down to it. So right off the bat, your master is only as good as your mix. So you got to make sure the vocal is there. The vocals was recorded properly, and communicate with your producer that is sending these stems to you. Everything is on point.
You glow when you do it, man.
And also make sure everything is intact with the instruments. So after that, you go ahead and mix, add what you need to add and fix up the situation. So on the master chain here, now remember, if something is wrong with the mix, or you feel like something more should be happening, do it in the mix. You can't don't try to fix it in mastering. So I'm gonna be using I have a couple plugins here. I have the T-Rex 5 bus compressor, but I'm going to be using the Waves as requested by the fans. So let me go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take off these plugs, and I'm going to add the first one, EQ. So I'm going to be adding, I'm going to be trying the HEQ Light. So what I normally do is mid-side processing, so I can clean up some of the stereo, and I can clean up some of the sender image of the track, so I have a clean master. So I'm going to take my mode, I'm going to set it to MS for mid-side here, and I can solo the sides and the middle. So if I play back the track here,
know you're special. Every girl a road walk compare, but to your stand.
so this is the sides.
To your hair, like
That's the
ice,
middle.
you have me a crush with her.
So first thing is first, I'm gonna go ahead here and do a little bit of roll off just to clean up the bottom end here. So let's go ahead and do that.
Fit together like mites and dust. Girl, you make me feel like just pull up in our BMW. pick up you. Baby, you bright up my world. Girl, me have to love you. Pull up in our BMW. Just a.
So I'm choosing a slope that is, let's try the second one. So just about a little bit over 20, 25 here, the slope starts to go down, so it keeps most of the, the bottom end intact here. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to switch my low filter to, I'm going to go to digital here, and here I'm going to mess around with some frequency here. Let's go out to maybe about the lower mids here. Let's play around with that.
Pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again. Tell me I gonna love you to the end. Pretty in a face, pretty in a clothes, pretty like a rose. Girl come close, you're sweet like dessert. You mean a dessert, be love me up for you, not being her hurt. You a real woman, so me show you what you.
Taking out a little bit of 95 so you can balance off the bottom end so the top end pops through and you hear the vocals a bit better. That is not saying the song wasn't mixed proper. You just want to make sure small little things in the master can definitely give it the finishing touch. And
stand strong, cause we done past the worst. Be a blessed from your birth. Man, I pull up at your ends like pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you.
Now, a tip, guys, if you're unsure about where the master is going, always load up something like the Magic AB and check your mix.
I love you, pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again. Tell me I gonna love you to the end.
So roughly about 1 dB at about 10K is giving a little bit of sparkle. Now I'm going to switch to the sides here. I'm going to roll off some bottom end. Maybe right about 70. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of 400 here. So I can clean up some area here for the stereo image.
Just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again. Get me.
So we already did that now. I'm sorry. we went ahead. I beg your pardon. I do apologize, guys. I have a little cough. We went ahead and cleaned up the bottom end. We give it a little bit of top end here. The mix is fairly great. I didn't produce the rhythm. The stems was sent to me, so I'm trying to make the best I can out of it. And I'm going to move on to the next chain here. Let's go down to, I'm going to pull up the S1 from Waves. This is going to widen the track here a little bit, because we want that modern depth, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it after the EQ. You might say, Ray, well, why don't you put it before the EQ? It's your call, you know. So I like the way how it sounds with the EQ. Now I'm going to add some little widening here. So let me go ahead and play back the track. I'm going to be cranking the width here.
Pull up outside. You, baby, you bright up my world. Girl, me have to love you. Pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again. Tell me I gonna love you to the end. Pretty in a face, pretty in a clothes, pretty like a rose. Girl, come close, you're sweet like dessert. You mean a dessert, be love me up for you, not being her hurt. You a real woman, so me show you what you're worth. Together we stand strong, cause we done past the worst. Be a blessed from your birth. Man, I pull up at your ends like pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up.
So I'm going to bypass. I want you to hear the width that comes in. I put it about 2 there, which is giving me some nice width here. And I want to let you hear it before and after.
Off. You bright up my world, girl. Me have to love you.
On.
Pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you. You are my queen. Me I tell you again. Tell me I gonna love you to the end. me pray, me love you, you know. Me would never stray, and me not go left your side not one day. Baby, me serious, nothing.
If you listen closely, I'm bringing it a little bit down more to about maybe 1.80. You hear the vocals get a little bit softer because they get a little bit wider. So you kind of actually you can play with the stereo field here and get a different vibe from the mix here. But let's bring it down maybe about 1.50.
Say I play, me love you to the bone, like a X-ray. You make me feel warm, like a beer chain. I'm tell you on the baby, pull up in that BMW. You, just to pick up you, baby. You.
That sounds a little more natural stereo to me. 1.53. Let's leave it about 50. And so we went ahead and EQ the mix. We had added the stereo imaging here. And now I'm going to go down to the compressor here. So I'm going to pull up the SSL bus compressor here from Waves. And I'm going to set at its lowest ratio here. I'm going to set the attack at its slowest because I want all the pop and bounce of the dance hall to pass through. I'm going to set the release at the fastest release. I'm going to turn on analog mode here so I can get a bit more color in the mix. And I'm going to play with the threshold.
You bright up my world, girl. Me have to love you. Pull up in the BMW. Just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again.
Okay, what I'm hearing there is the compressor is working a little bit too hard, so I'm going to switch it to a limiter mode, and let's try it again.
Girl, me I go love you to the end. Pull up outside.
Off.
Pull up outside.
On.
Pull up outside.
So I'm gluing the mix together now with the compressor here. Normally you don't want to go above like a dB or 2 depending on the track here, but for dancehall music you want to make sure you get less compression unless the drums need a little bit more overall punchiness or the mix needed more punchiness, which you should have done in the mix, not the mastering. That's why I stressed earlier, don't try to fix the mix in the master, fix it in the mix, right?
Baby, you bright up my world, girl. Me have to love you. Pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you. You are my queen, me I tell you again.
Under the car, let's take it back to
you're sweet like dessert. You mean a dessert. Be love me up for you.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to back off from the highs. I think I have a little bit too much highs on the overall track here, so
I'm your bird. Man, I pull up on your inside. Pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you.
If it's near far, listen, here we are. I need you.
Girl, me have to love you. Pull up in that BMW.
So that's it. We have a complete mix here. I'm going to turn off all the insert on the master chain. I'm going to turn it back on so you can hear the difference here. Listen to the clarity, listen to the width, and listen to the glue from the SSL compressor here. So let's go.
Girl, you make me feel like just pull up in that BMW.
Off.
To pick up you. Baby, you bright up my world.
On.
Girl, me have to love you. Pull up in that BMW. Just to pick up you.
Off.
You are my queen, me I tell you again. Girl, me I go love you to the end. Pretty in a face, pretty in a clothes, pretty like a rose. Girl, come close.
So there you have it, guys. That's the master chain. Now I want to let you know that what I'm doing might not work for you. Maybe mixing is about feeling. So while these frequencies here feel good, I'm sorry, feels good on this mix, and the depth of the stereo and the compression here, it might not work for your mix. So this is a guide to what you can try when mastering. Sometimes I would add like maybe a tape machine along with this as well, but for this mix I didn't need that. So try not to overdo. The less is more. So make sure you do all the hard work in the mixing, so in the mastering you're not faced with too much situation here. So I'm gonna stop there. Remember to support my page here, and I have a new tutorial coming up soon, and this one is going to be talking about the Korg Triton, and this is what I call Kerry's presets, and the hit machine, the Korg Triton. I'm gonna be showing you one of her songs that I remade, and I found all the original patches that are dead on to the song from the Korg Triton, and that is one of the reasons why this workstation was the revolution that made its way on a lot of hit tracks. Kanye West, Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, a lot of these artists, Kerry Hilson. And I built a rhythm of a song that she did. And I'm going to be showing you all the patch that I did using only the Korg Triton VST. So you can know and realize, for those of you that don't know about Korg Triton, I used to own one of these Korg's keyboard, that this thing is still a gold mine. And there's some crazy synthesizers here that you hear on a lot of tracks that you might be familiar with. So be on the lookout for that tutorial later on today. Kerry's presets, and you're going to be loving the track I'm going to be showcased, man. So Korg Triton, man, and it's ridiculously, the software is so small. It's under about 300 megabytes, and it has a ton of sound, all the expansion packs. So keep a lock on Pristine Production, always bringing you the best, you know. So I'm gonna hit me up, guys. If you want me to mix a master for you, if you want me to design, hit me up, and you know, reasonable prices, and let's make it happen. So I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for all your support.